Hey everyone, and welcome back to Indicted TV. I'm your host, Negra. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. Before we start, you already know I gotta give a shout out to my sponsors, Royalty Honey, keep it hard, guys, and also for the best jewelry for his glory. On today's episode, we have Naughty. Welcome to Indicted TV, Naughty.
Hi, you guys. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming. Thank you for being open to share your story. I wish I could have more girls. You know, it's kind of harder for girls to open up. You know? I don't know why it's harder for girls to open up, but I feel like we need a lot more of girls. I feel like we go through way more than what guys do. I'm not trying to down talk the guys, right? But I feel like girls go through so much as far as like being moms and all of that, you know? So tell me, Naughty, tell us where you're from. I don't mean the gang. Where you grew up. You'll eventually say it, right? Where you grew up. How was your mom, dad, you know, the inside of your house growing up?
Okay, so I'm from the low bottoms, you know, the gutter. And if you know, you know.
But what if they don't know?
Well, I'm from inside Playboys. And I was born and raised in South Central there on 47th and Broadway. So... you know, I've been in the streets since I was 10 years old. I guess you could say a runaway because I just didn't want to be home.
But your parents were together. Did you have like a stable home?
It was stable, but it was just my parents had problems, you know, and I was like really spoiled when I was little. So when they started going through their own stuff, I started separating myself.
Got it. Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have four sisters and one brother, and I'm the sixth one. So I'm the oldest one out of all my dad's kids.
Okay. So you're the oldest. So you said like at 10 years old is when you started changing your life, or did you start changing prior to that?
I had changes prior to that, but I was changing my life at 10 years old.
At 10 years old?
Yeah, I can't imagine somebody's 10-year-old being in the streets.
I know. It's sad and it's scary as parents thinking back, like, or even just thinking like, oh, ni lo mande Dios, imagine my 10-year-old. Yeah. You know, but I do feel that back in the days, it was kind of different because the kids were like really outside. Mm-hmm. And especially in South Central.
I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know how I did it to be in the streets at that age.
But how did you leave your home and say, you know what, I'm going to be in the streets?
I just didn't want to I didn't want to put up with the bullshit at my parents' house with them or whatever they were going through. You know, they did their best to raise me. I just chose my own route.
Got it. So how did you leave your house? What happened?
I just started running away. I would leave like my mom at the time, we were living, I think, in Southgate or Bell Gardens. And then, so we would go to my grandma's house in South Central. And so every time we would go over there, I would just book it. And they would look for me, find me, bring me back. Then I would leave again. And it was just like a constant thing.
And you would just go hang out with your friends?
Yeah. People would hide me in their house.
Friends from your grandma's house?
From people that I knew in LA or like my relatives and stuff.
Okay.
Like they
knew what you were going through.
They didn't want me to be in the streets either, so they would hide me.
Oh, which is cool. At least you weren't literally in the streets, right? Sometimes you probably were, but. And what years were this? Just so that we could get like a visual of the time.
So, I lost one of my close uncles at 93.
Okay.
And I was in the 5th grade, I want to say. So in the 5th grade is when I started just leaving.
That's when it happened.
Yeah, it really affected me. I don't take loss very kind. I don't do well with it.
Mm-hmm. It's hard. It's a hard thing to go through, you know? So you started running away. What happens?
So I started running away. Then my dad tried to take me with my grandma in Echo Park. She's Salvadorian, so I'm half Salvadorian, half Mexican. But she wanted to take me to El Salvador and leave me there till I was 18. So I was like,
dang.
Fuck this. I'm not going for 8 years.
Yeah, no, that's scary. It's worse.
So I would leave even more. Like, they took me to go get a passport. They packed me stuff. They already were shipping me on my way until I found out what they were doing. I just left. I booked it, and they didn't try it again. But I was still already in the streets.
Did you use weed? Did you use any drugs?
I smoked and I drank, but not heavy drugs until I was 15. Then I tried heavy drug again, like probably once or twice. And then like after I was 18, I started using really hard.
The hard drugs.
So I used to be a meth addict.
Okay.
And I just...
We'll get there. Because we'll get to that. No, because listen, girl, I get it. So, did you ever go to Did you go to like middle school? Did you go to school?
Yeah, I did go to school. I went to a couple schools. My mom and my dad, they moved around. So they lived in like La Mirada. They lived in Bell Gardens. They lived in Southgate. My last term, they moved from South Central to Southgate, thinking they were going to get me out the hood. But they just moved to the south side of my hood. So it was just like...
the same thing. Yeah, well, honestly, I feel like LA is LA, no matter where you go. Just people just look different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, not that we look different because we all look the same, but you get what I'm saying. So did you ever go to juvenile hall as a teenager?
No, I never made it to the halls, luckily. I like to be around older people, so I learned a lot from the older generation.
Okay.
You know?
At what age did you get into your gang?
When I was 21.
Okay.
But remember, I was born and raised over there.
Yeah.
Just moved around. And one day I was walking and then I ran into my homies and then I never left.
You were just there. Mm-hmm. We're just pretty normal, right? If you're from a gang, it's pretty normal.
I love it. I'm not even going to lie. I just love it.
It doesn't ever go away.
I feel like, I mean, I've tried to make it like for me to change myself, but I've changed myself in better ways. I just haven't changed myself to like leave my family that was there for me.
No. I get what you're saying. It's okay to love your neighborhood and love your homeboys. Trust me, we're probably the same age. It doesn't ever go away. It doesn't ever go away. It's who you are. Right. But are you that same person freaking doing the bad shit? No, probably not, right? But we'll get there. No, you made a face, which we don't even want. No. So you didn't go, you never went to juvenile hall. Did you graduate high school though?
I just graduated high school 2023 actually because my whole prison term, they would take me out of school and put me like in the kitchen, Vogues. So I never got a chance to finish school.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna get there when we get there, right? We're still in your teenage years, so you're a runaway. You're doing the most, or you're doing the most. Like, what type of things were you doing as a teenager?
Just running away, hanging out, partying, nothing major.
Nothing with the guys, whatever.
Not really. Defending myself, stuff like that.
Okay. So then you're 21 and you get into a gang.
Right.
What, did you change a lot more?
No, I was just more, I was young still at then. Like right now, I feel like I still don't care, but I do, because like even though I stopped using, my mind is still like, you're crazy, but you
probably are crazy.
Yeah, but like I don't know, it's just I was more wilder then. I really didn't care about nothing because I didn't have kids.
Well, of course, it's the way it should be.
I was still young. I just wanted to be in the streets.
You were just, and then you're from a gang now, so now you're all super playboyed out, extreme even more. So what led you to your prison term? Like, what did you get arrested for?
I got arrested. I got arrested. I went to prison twice. So my first time was assault with a GBI, and then the second one was assault with a firearm. So I have like a anger problem, and when I get mad, like I don't care about nothing, and I just do whatever at the moment that I feel is right for me. Which it led me to prison. Yeah.
So you got arrested, right? How did you actually get arrested?
Well, I stabbed somebody my first time going to prison.
Okay. You're defending yourself, obviously.
I was defending myself, I guess you could say.
But you're defending yourself. Whatever. Okay. So you got arrested. It's your first time. How did you feel going into the county? You've never been there.
Oh, I've been in and out of the county. I just stayed this time going back.
Okay, so tell me about your first time going to the county.
My first time going to the county, I used to hang around with somebody that used to steal cars. So my time going to the county was like for theft tools, G-rides, stuff like that.
Okay.
And then I kept going in and out. Then I was getting high, so I would go for like using or being high or having substance on me.
But what was the longest? But you walking in there for your first time is what I'm saying. Like you're walking into the county, like
It's
nothing.
no,
like you didn't care. It was like the girls were cool with you.
Yeah, I feel like I fitted in. I guess because I guess when you're in that lifestyle, like that's not new to you, you know.
Even if it's your first time,
Yeah.
you kind of feel like, oh, I kind of belong here, kind of vibe.
Yeah, like you're kind of like you're in the streets, but you just know different people, or you're meeting different people, and then you know.
For sure. But your actual time, so you get to the county for the stabbing somebody. You go to the county, but you actually stay there.
Yeah.
And how long did you fight your case for?
For 14 to 16 months, the same around this time.
Okay. And how was your 14 months there? Like, did you gain weight? Did you get visits? You know, tell us, like, did you already get a girlfriend as soon as you're walking into the damn place? You know, like, tell us.
I've been bisexual for years, even before. Like, when I was younger, I started, like, messing around with my grandma's neighbor. Sorry. But
Yeah, sorry, guys.
but so I like girls ever since I was little. And when I got to prison, I got a girlfriend. And then I didn't gain weight in my first term until my second term, because my second term I had a baby. So
when you came out, you had a baby. Okay,
No,
but we're still we're still in your first. You haven't even got sentenced yet.
Okay, so
So how long did you get sentenced for?
I got sentenced to 3 years because it was my first time going to prison, my first strike. Like, so basically serious, kind of like serious, I guess you could say. Not really, but so I ended up getting 3 years.
Okay, so you're in the county. Tell me about what is the craziest thing you experienced those 14 months while you're fighting your case? That it doesn't have to be like a stabbing. It's just like something that, you know, sticks out to you that you were like, oh man, that shit was crazy.
Oh, how the staff treat you.
Well, tell us.
They were so disrespectful. The Twin Tower staff, like the LA County COs, cops, whatever they are, they're really rude as f- Like, they treat you like shit. Yes, they treat you like you're dogs, and you're like, fuck, bitch, if you were out there. But you just got to deal with it because, I mean, you're not going to win them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You're just not.
So basically, that's like the craziest for you.
Yeah, for me.
Did you have visits while you were fighting your case?
I have visits. My mom visited me. My family visited me.
Nice.
Yeah, they were really supportive. My time fighting my case, actually, you know, because they thought I was gonna get out and change, but I didn't, because when I got out, I did the same thing, and I caught another case which got me more time. So it was like, you're not gonna change.
Yeah. So you get sentenced to 3 years. How was your ride to the prison?
Boring, because it's a long ass ride.
And you had to wear your little muumuu or no?
Yeah. No, I think we go in our blues. We go in our blues, and then when we get there, we change into our muumuus.
Ah.
Yeah, we don't go in muumuus.
So how was your experience? You getting there to the prison? You've never been there, obviously. Like, shit's a little different. Like, let's be real. Like, you're saying that you're getting out. You know, you're coming down the box out of the bus. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so when I was fighting my case, there was people that were already busted, that had been to prison. They're like, girl, don't trip. This like hell right here. When you get to prison, you're gonna like it because you eat better, you program more, you get to come out, you run wild pretty much. And I was like, really? So once I got to prison, I was like, damn, I love it. It was like Disneyland for me. It was my first time in prison. I like still was up fighting, doing stuff that I'm not supposed to. Like, if I was in the streets, basically. Mm-hmm. And so I had so much fun. And I was like, damn, this is like Disneyland almost, but and just in a different place.
For sure. I understand what you're saying. Like, people might not.
And then plus I was young.
Yeah, obviously. And that's what, that's what it's about. Like, when you're in the gang lifestyle, even like the drug users, it's the life. It's the life for it. So you get there, you get into your room. Tell me about your cellies. Because you're not over the thing yet, right? You're still like before. What is it called?
I'm receiving
there you
AR.
go. Yeah.
So when I got to prison, I was like 21, 22, maybe almost. So I was still young.
Yeah.
And you know, Negra, when you're in prison, everything's different because now you're everybody's baby, or, people want to be nice to you for whatever reason. So I was a baby. So when I got into my first room, I was like their baby. And it was just like, it was cool, but then you had to be like, motives for everything, because I also heard those stories like, hey, this and that.
Like, watch what you say, who you talk to, because these people might want to give you something to get something in return.
Exactly, yeah. So I kept that in my head, and I just did me, but I was young, so to every room that I got to, I was like, people's baby, little baby, baby. And it was cool. It was cool because nobody treated me different. Nobody bullied me. Nobody none of that.
Because it's crazy, because sometimes when you hear like stories or when you watch the movies, it's like people are getting super bullied, and I never experienced that.
I've seen it, but I didn't experience it either because pues no me iba a dejar tampoco.
No, pues obvio.
Yeah, no me iba a dejar.
Pero, sometimes, obviously, we're younger, and there's younger girls, and we look a certain way, and there's girls that are like way bigger, and we don't get treated that way.
Yeah, I still trip out on that even till this day, but I'm like, whatever. So I guess they know.
They know. I guess they know, and they know who they could do that to and who they cannot do that to. And tell me, did you cook your first term?
No, not my first term.
Everybody did everything for you.
Yeah, my first term I didn't cook. I didn't. I just got fed basically. But my second term, yeah, I did. I was more domesticated.
So your 3 years, what did you do to pass your time? Give us something entertaining.
My 3 years, my first term, I picked up another case because there was somebody from my area that pulled up, and she disappeared. Then she finally showed up. I caught her there. I picked up another case on her.
Okay.
So I ended up going to SHU for like a couple months, maybe 14 months.
Okay. And how was that shoot time for you? Because this is probably like your only time that you've actually...
I was pissed because...
what I mean, like what I was trying to ask is like, this is probably the only time that you've actually been to yourself.
Oh.
Like actually in Naudie's mind alone.
Yeah, well, that was probably even the worser time because I was like, damn, this needs to come change her story and all this stuff. Like, she needs to do something because I'm not going to get stuck.
Because of her ass.
Yeah, because she ended up telling on me. Anyways.
Hey, was it all gang banged out for you in prison?
Yeah.
Like, was there like super sureñas?
My first term.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because people always ask. And for me, it wasn't. And if you tried that, you weren't going to pull that on me. Because I know that women don't really rock that way in reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't.
My first term there wasn't. My second term it was more a little bit more active. Because I just was really like in my own zone, in my own world, trying to do me. Even though I was young, but I still, like I told you, I grew up with older people, so I wasn't like in the bullshit and messy shit. And
so your first term you were in the messy shit. What is the messy shit? Well, what is messy shit for girls in prison?
Oh, no. I was, like, in my messy shit, like, fighting, doing stuff like that. But, like, messy shit in prison is, like, if you sit there and you're talking about somebody, your roommate, and then you're, like, turn around and you just start chopping it up with her like you was never saying nothing about her. Like, that's messy. Or being with somebody's woman in prison, that's messy. Or, like...
Did you have girls hating on you because their girls wanted you or some shit ever?
No, I didn't have girls hating on me.
Nice.
I didn't.
Good. I didn't have that either. But
yeah, because like really, I didn't used to mess with nobody's girl, and I didn't do that. I didn't do that because I wouldn't want them to do that to me.
Yeah.
You know, so I just didn't. I don't do what I don't want to be done to me.
For sure.
It's a respect thing.
What would you say was the craziest thing you experienced your first term?
Oh, picking up that case. Okay. In prison. Yeah. Okay. Because I caught assault with a GBI.
For the girl.
For the girl.
For the girl. And what did you do in your 14 months in the shoe?
I tried to work out, but clearly that didn't work. But you know when you're busted, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get this routine. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna do this.
I did work out, man.
Eating, watching TV, just like enjoying my alone time. Yeah, my solitude in the back.
Did you? Were you able to have cellies in?
Yeah, I had cellies.
Okay.
First, they have to clear you. You have to go to like committee, and then they clear you, and then you can have like a roommate. But until they clear you, you can't have no roommate. I don't know. It's just
the way it is. And did you guys get dressed up every day?
No, really. On my first term, I didn't get dressed up.
On your second term, you already knew.
On my second term, boy, I lived there. That was like my house. So I got a little bit more comfortable.
Okay.
You know?
So your first 3 years went by super fast. Well, how long did you end up doing in total?
I did 3 years flat. So it was supposed to be like 85% or something, or 50, because that was my first time going to prison, getting busted for a case. And then so when I ended up catching that other case, so I ended up maxing out my time, plus looking at more time.
And were you already using meth when you went in the first time?
Yeah, I was.
Okay. So did you get high while you were incarcerated?
No, not my first term.
Okay. You completely sobered up.
Yeah, I did. I got a little chubby.
Okay, so when you got out of your first 3 years, what did you do?
So remember I told you that my mom moved from the east side to the south side? So when I got out, I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to do good.
You're 25 by now, probably.
Yeah. So I'm going to do good. I'm going to stay out of trouble. I'm going to get a job. I'm going to go to school. Well, I ended up getting a job, and I was doing good for like a couple of months, and then I just backslid again. And then I started going back to my neighborhood, kicking it with the east side. Because remember, I lived in the south side.
Did you get high first, and then you went back?
Yeah, I did. I did sneakily in my mom's under my mom's, like, because I went back to live with my mom when I got out of prison the first time.
Okay. Well, that's usually the way. We usually get high first, and then it's when everything else happens. You know, you didn't have kids yet.
Not yet.
When did that happen?
So I ended up getting pregnant like in the middle or almost the ending of 2007, because I paroled 2000 like a week before 2007. So maybe December 23rd or something like that. So I ended up getting pregnant at the ending of 2007 with my daughter.
You only have one baby.
I only have one baby. And then like hella nieces and nephews, but
So you got pregnant and you got busted?
Yeah.
So you were busted while you were pregnant?
No, I had my daughter. I ended up having my daughter. I ended up leaving my daughter when she was 10 months.
Okay.
And I ended up picking up this case.
Okay, which is for what?
For assault with a firearm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And how did you get picked up? Right then right where it happened, or how did it happen? Or
so like I said, I have an anger problem. Then I don't take disrespect too kindly. So I act out. So I felt like I had to show this person, like, you know, like I told you respectfully, but you disrespected me. So now I'm gonna go about this. So I went and I shot at her. And then I got caught the next day.
They went to your house?
Yeah, she told on me. Somebody that I knew well took her to go file the police report.
Dang.
Yeah, so
it's usually the way it works, huh?
Yeah, it's usually the way it works.
So you got picked up. You went to your house. Obviously, you kind of already knew.
Yeah, I already know what's going.
Yeah, you already knew you were going. What happens? You go back.
I go back. This time it hit different because I just had my daughter. My daughter was 10 months. And so I got separated. Once they put the cuffs on me, I already knew I wasn't coming.
Yeah.
I already knew. So I just was like, so it really hit me because that's my baby. I had her. That's my everything.
Of course.
So, so I didn't take it too well this second time that I got busted.
It hit you how it's supposed to. Like, damn, I just had my baby girl. I just went to go shoot this damn girl. because I can't control myself. This is probably you going in your head, like, you're angry that you're leaving your baby. You're still young. You're 25, 26 or something now.
26.
And you're like, damn.
Yeah, I didn't take it too well.
What did you get sentenced to?
I got sentenced to 18 years with 85, I believe. But they over-sentenced me a year. So when I started filing for my reduced sentence, they noticed that they over-sentenced me a year. So they took that year off, and I ended up with 17.
So how many years did you do in total?
So I did 15 years.
So you did 15 years. So in total, you probably done about 18 years your whole life.
Yeah, around there.
Around that. That's a lot. That's a lot of time, for you, for our anger.
Yeah.
So you get sentenced to freaking 17 years, you said? 18 years.
I get sentenced to 18 and they reduced one because they over.
When they said, hey, you're getting sentenced to 18 years, how did you feel?
Well, I didn't know until I went for sentencing because I took it to the box. Like, I was like, I'm not taking no deals.
So tell me about going to trial. I have never had anybody here of, at least not a woman, that takes it to trial. Tell us how you felt, all the experiences, you waking up every time you got to go to court, because you got to go to court for like days and days at one time, right? Like, tell us, how was that for you? Tell us so we could understand that, us women, we do go through these things by ourselves, because I'm sure you didn't have a man. I mean, most women don't have men to hold them down.
Right. So I wasn't supposed to stay. I wasn't supposed to really go to prison, but I did ended up going. The girl ended up testifying against me, showed up to my first court date, and I was like, nah, they're playing me, they're playing me. She's really not going to pull up right now. And sure enough, I seen her walk in, and I was like, my blood went all the way to the top, and I got on the phone. I was like, what's going on? Like, what the fuck? And so I ended up getting stuck. And
Will you go to trial? Were you in jail fighting your case?
I was in jail fighting my case.
Do you have to go in your suit, or do they give you clothes?
No,
like in the movies.
Trial, yeah,
I never got to trial. I don't know. Like in the movies, they give you clothes. Like,
yeah.
How does that work? Did you do that too?
So yeah, so when I went to trial, my family took me, dress outs and stuff, to look more presentable for the judge, which this still didn't do nothing because they judge you upon your appearance. So it was just like, they saw me, they're like, oh yeah, you're guilty. And I was like, bro, like, what the fuck? So I never had a chance, really. And then plus the girl was testifying against me, so I never had a chance to come out. Which, even though none of it made sense, because so the station, who arrested me was Newton Station, right? And I already had issues with Newton Station, so they didn't with me. So when I got arrested, the officer that I filed a report on for misconduct, he set me up when he caught me at my place. So whatever he found there, he planted it in my shit. So I was basically pretty much
super framed.
Yeah.
On top of the girl.
Yeah.
Telling. So you had no choice. Like, you literally were stuck.
Right.
So you got sentenced 18 years. You're like, damn. Obviously, you have support. Your mom was there. Like, your family was supportive. They took care of your daughter?
Yeah, so my parents took temporary custody of my daughter so that my daughter would not go in the system, thank God. And my higher power that my daughter she's different than me. My daughter's a straight A student. All she cares about is school and books and nothing else. Like, that's her focus, which I'm really proud of her, because so I push myself to her level so she could see that I'm not just nothing to her. That I could be a better person if she would just open up and let me. Because I graduated high school. I just enrolled into college, so I should be starting next month for spring. And like, I'm doing good. I'm doing things to show her like I'm not nothing. I could be something for you if you let me.
It's hard. It definitely is hard, especially because you were away for so long. And her going in there to see you for 15, 16 years, it takes a toll on them, and obviously she probably won't understand right now, but when she gets older, like this is something that you did when you were 25 years old, and there's nothing that you could do about it. You had to leave her when she was 10 months, but we'll get to that. You get sentenced to 18 years. You go back to Chowchilla, or where'd you go?
To Chowchilla. I did my whole stay in Chowchilla the first and the second time.
Okay, so tell me about that, because they were like, "Oh, I'm not." You were probably. I'm not saying you were, but most girls are like, "Oh, I'm not coming back." Bam, you get back. What happens?
I go back. I see people that I met my first term, people that I was in the county with. So it was like familiar. I didn't feel out of place. I was pretty comfortable. I'm like, here we go again.
But you already knew how to do time this time.
Yeah. So this time I got my bottom bunk chrono because I wasn't climbing to the top. Like for all them years, I wasn't doing it.
So what did you do all those years? Tell me about. Bro, 15 years is a long time. You had to go through some crazy shit.
I did. Well, when I went into the county, I ended up getting into a racial riot.
Oh, tell me about your riot.
One of my friends, shout out to my girls from the Ha. I ended up getting into a racial riot because of my friends. These were people that I had met going back into on this term, right? So I ended up getting like really close to them. So when they jumped, and I jumped.
Yeah, of course.
Like it was like I wasn't even stand there.
Yeah.
So pretty much from there we went to like a baby high power. It was 2100. But you programmed all day, like the doors were open, and I loved it. And so I stood there until I caught the chain to prison. Then
when
I got to prison,
so sometimes things happen for a reason, bro. Riot's okay, man. Take me to a different room away from all these women that are not doing time.
Yeah, I loved it though.
Even though everybody's in there doing time, but probably the girls that weren't up there were the ones that were doing way more time.
Right.
And let's be real, sometimes we tend to, when we're doing more time, when we're fighting a big case, we tend to look at the girls that are not doing nothing, like, bro, this shit. Like, I'm doing a gang of time.
Right.
And it's true. We do tend to look at...
That was so annoying, it was.
And especially, like, it's not our fault or the girls' fault they're not doing no time. Like, how many fucking told you? You know what I'm saying? So now you're cooler than me? Like, it really is how it is, Oh, you're thinking this bitch thinks she's because she's fucking 30 years. Like, her fault.
I honestly feel so bad for them because some you just don't know. They have to defend themselves, or you don't know what they're going through. You don't know their story. You don't know what they've been through. You just know she caught all this time for whatever. Like I'm nobody to judge. I really don't care.
Or even like the younger, or even the girls that are not doing. They're just probably just running away from home, and I never met a prostitute till I started going to jail. You have any prostitute stories?
No, I don't. But yeah, it's just you see them come in and out. If you're in the county, you just see them coming in and out.
It's sad, huh?
It is.
It's sad. Like, girl, go work.
But I mean, if that's the only way they know how to work, or however, they could figure it out. But some people, that's just them.
There's moms that work 2 full-time jobs.
Yeah.
Moms that come from Salvador, moms that come from Mexico, that come here to do better for their kids. So when a says like, I can't do shit, 20 years old, and I'm going to go sell my ass, but get the out of here.
Right.
Something bad is going to happen to your ass if you don't start listening. Well, we don't ever listen, right? I didn't listen, you didn't listen, I get it.
I didn't listen.
But I'm still going to talk shit because I can't help that. As a mom, I can never help it. I cannot help it, and I don't want to help it. Maybe one word will stick to your head. Oh, my stupid shit that I say, right?
Right.
So you get there, you fall back like until you get your routine. You fall back to you know how to do time. What makes the second term different, or what makes it? You get what I'm saying? Because you said you got there and you were already using. You got a girlfriend. Like, what was different?
So my second term going back to prison was leaving my daughter. That was leaving my daughter, the people that I love, that I was close to. Like, that was different for me because I'm like, I'm stuck here now. Now I got to deal with it. There's no way I'm not going home anytime soon. Mm-hmm. So I have to deal with it.
What did you do to cope?
Oh, I started getting high in prison. I was getting high.
Did you do Did you do heroin while you were studying? Or you were just on meth?
No, I did everything. Basically, it was just, I don't know. I felt like I was in a stage of depression where I was like, how the am I gonna cope with this? You know, because my daughter, really, it was my daughter. Then I started losing people that I love, people that I was close to, and it's just like I said, I don't deal lightly with that.
Just real life outside world started hitting you.
And I'm like, F it.
Just what? Let me just get high.
Yeah.
And that's what you just did.
So yeah, I did it, and then
How did that come upon though? Like
somebody ended up popping my cherry with heroin, and then I used to use meth before that, so it was just like a mixture of both.
Got it. But now you're there. You have your addiction. You basically just devote yourself, like you fully commit to being in prison. Not that we don't commit, because that's our life, obviously. But now you're just like probably not even worried about the outside world,
Right?
Or you were,
no, I wasn't. No more.
You know, like now you probably didn't even call as much. You know, but did your mom take your daughter to go visit you?
No, so my mom took my daughter to the county before I caught the chain. So I got to see her for a little bit while she was still a baby. And then after, like, it was just too far for my mom. I wouldn't even ask her, like, hey, come bring my daughter. You know? She was already taking care of my daughter. So I just
So you didn't see your daughter for how many years?
Until I got out. I got pictures, I got letters, I called, everything. But I never got to physically hold my daughter.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's really, really, really hard. And that's a super impact on her life.
Yeah.
Especially right now that she's a teenager. That's how she copes. She stays in her books. She stays focused. You know, like you said, like you wish you could open up. But it's going to be hard. It's hard. But just take your time. Take your time and just do the right thing,
give her
you know?
space because, you know, like I don't want to push on her, and I don't want her to reject me.
Yeah.
I want to show her, like, you know,
that you got this. You want to, and you want to show her and yourself, obviously. So back to prison. 15 years is a long time, bitch. 15 years is a long time. Did you work?
Yeah, I did work. I worked in the kitchen for the majority of my term. I did like auto body, I did carpentry, I did electronics. What else did I do? I did education here and there, but like I got a lot of learning experiences while I was there.
Good. What about the CO? You know that one CO? Well, that was Dublin, huh? Well, the COs mess with the girls?
Yeah, they did, but they were just like bitch COs. They would just tear your shit up or take your property.
You know, the COs taking advantage of the girls.
I'm pretty sure they never took advantage
of you, obviously. You wouldn't let yourself.
But like, you know, some people they do for whatever. It's just not me. I just couldn't.
And in those 15 years, what was the craziest thing?
In those 15 years, am I stay there?
Yeah.
Losing one of my girlfriends. I lost her like 2 years before I paroled.
Tell me how you about that, if you don't mind.
Well, like for some reason, the girls that I was busted with, they just something happened to them. I don't know what, but this what really impacted me because I did love her. Like I did really love her, and so she just was running amok, living her life, and I was still there. I still had like 3 years left till I paroled, and she was already out in the street.
Oh, so she was your girl. So you met her in there. She went home. She was holding it down for a little bit, getting high.
She wasn't holding it down.
Oh, hell no.
But I still loved her. She was still like my gordis.
Okay, but she was out here getting high.
Yeah, she was doing her thing, and she just up, and she ended up passing away.
Oh, that sucks.
It does suck, but you know,
it is.
What can we do?
Yeah, that's true. What was the nicest thing you experienced while being in there?
The nicest thing I experienced? I don't think I experienced any nice things.
Like nothing that was like, oh, you know what? Like, or you saw something and you were like, that's nice.
Or maybe like when we would decorate for the holidays.
Yeah,
tell us. That was nice.
Tell us about decorating for the holidays.
It's like, I don't know. It was a little comforting. Because I like to decorate for the holidays.
Well, tell me about your decorations. Did you draw? Like, what'd you do?
No, I didn't draw. I just would just decorate. I would get crafty, sew, paint, do things like that to make my room look more alive. Because who wants to live like in white and black or white and gray shit? You know?
Mm-hmm. So you're a crafty one.
I'm a little crafty.
And you learn how to do things with soap.
I never learned how to do anything with soap. But people do like the carvings. Like I had a little Santa Muerte altar out of like soap. And, you know, gifts like that. Like out of sewing, pillow stuff.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Clothes. They even make clothes.
Tell me.
People would just like sew their clothes in,
like
so it
alter them.
So it won't be so baggy
so
or like
sexy.
tight. Yeah, type shit.
Were you like the sexy kind, or were you like the?
Yeah, I was a little chubby, sexy kind. Yeah,
you're dumb. Yeah. That was cute.
A little chubby, sexy kind, but
that's cool. Did you wear makeup in there?
Yeah, I did. I wore makeup. I still got ready. There was a times where I would be like depressed and I just wanted to lay in my bed and just like not program at all. So whenever I got the chance to do it, I would take advantage and I just would not program. I just wanted to be in my room. Like I want to say for a moment, I guess people will call me like a little miserable long-termer because I did become miserable for a moment where I was just like, ugh.
Do you think the misery came from you getting high?
No, well, I don't even want to say miserable. I want to say like maybe a little tiny miserable, but also like...
Oh, cranky ass?
No, yeah, I was cranky, but like I like structure. So like you couldn't just be just chilling. You know, you were going to clean. Like you were
I had
my routines there. So like when I would get a new roommate, I would be like, hey, this is what you have to do. You have to wake up at this time and start cleaning. You know, because if I did it, why can't you do it?
No, for sure. I agree.
Yeah.
How was that? Did you like having new roommates?
No, I hated it. I didn't like new people coming into the place where
I'm just kidding.
No, I just didn't like because I didn't feel comfortable.
I'm just trying to, break you out of your seriousness.
I'm starting
she's serious right now. She's serious. I know she has a lot in there. I'm trying to get it out.
I'm trying to
break her ass and it's not working right now.
So yeah, I didn't like new people coming around me because I didn't know them. I didn't know if I could trust them. Yeah, you already know. Like when you're in there, you just have to watch what you say. That's anywhere, but like more in there because you don't know what the fuck.
Exactly.
They're informants.
Yeah.
They're there for whatever reason.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
How many fights did you get into?
Oh, a lot of fights. I can't even count it, but a lot of fights.
What did you get in the fights for?
Because my mouth gets me in trouble and I don't know when to shut up and I just don't know when to stop. So my mouth really got me in trouble.
But at least you were down to fight.
Yeah, and I wasn't gonna let myself, like, you wasn't gonna punk me. Basically, pretty much, like.
So you're a fighter. Yeah, you're a fighter. I get it. So you got into a lot of fights. What was the craziest fight?
The craziest one was probably not my last one, but when I got kicked out of C Yard because the warden kicked me out.
Well, how does that work?
I don't know. You know, people start hating on you and they want you out, so they do grimy shit. That's pretty much what happened to me. So I ended up getting packed out. The people that I fucked with wasn't there, so I was like, man, this yard. Like,
oh, damn. So you got packed up by your own kind?
No, I didn't get packed up by my own kind. But I got packed out. And then, like, the people that I used to roll with
didn't have your back.
I was like, what the f***? Like, I wasn't that type.
Yeah.
I was rolling with you regardless. I don't care if we get packed out, if the whole yard comes. Like, I was gonna have you. But people are not the same.
Yeah, that's for sure. For sure. So the warden kicks you out. It puts you in a different yard.
The warden kicks me out and puts me on B yard. And B yard is like, nobody wants to go to B yard because it's like dry. It's a dry land, you know. And so I ended up going to B yard.
So B yard is a dry land as far as like.
It's like not active at all. So there's nothing else for you to do than do your shit.
Oh yeah.
And I was already like around the ending of my time, so I was trying to go to a program where I could get like almost some type of freedom. Like the CCTRP, that I did that. So
what is the CTRP? I don't know what that is.
It's like a halfway. You get like an ankle monitor.
Oh, like you go to a halfway house or you go home, but with an ankle monitor.
Yeah, but if you're not home, you're still incarcerated, but you get to like go out, look for a job, go to doctor's appointments, go shopping, stuff like that.
Oh, but where do you live? In prison still? Or you go to a halfway house?
Yeah, I went to the one in Santa Fe Springs.
Okay.
Which was closer to like home for me.
And how long before you got out did that happen?
Well, it's like...
So you did your 15 years and then you did that?
No, during my 15 years, the remainder of my time, which is like 2 years before you go home, you could go to that program.
Oh.
So that's what I did. Excuse me.
It's okay. Tell me about... Like, let's just say you get into the kitchen, right? You're working the kitchen.
We're in the program or in prison?
No, in prison.
Okay.
And, like, the people are walking in. You're smiling. Tell me what you're thinking about.
Oh, no, because, like, I hated the kitchen, but it was cool. It was fun. My time went by so fast right there.
Because you would be able to talk to everybody. You'd see everybody. You're not yourself.
You see people from different yards. And, you know, you just go. You leave your own space to go somewhere else and just chill. And that's what I did. I really didn't mind working in the kitchen.
Okay. Did you take food out?
Yeah, all the time. That was like our hustle, I guess you could say.
Whatever that's what you did. Yeah.
We hustled the food. And
what was your favorite meal?
My favorite meal? Oh, there's from like the kitchen or
that you guys made.
Oh, my favorite meal was Spam with rice. That was my favorite meal.
That is pretty fire, huh?
That's fucking fire. Like sometimes I crave it, but I'm like, I don't want to go back.
Bitch, make it at home.
It doesn't taste the same. Like, it doesn't taste the same. I try to make spreads and it's just not the same.
It's not the same. I make spreads here and there for myself. It's just when
they don't taste the same. It's just when I get the
craving. Yeah. Nah, it doesn't taste the same, but I mean, it still kind of like satisfies me, you know? Because I can't really be eating soups like that because it does hurt my stomach.
The soups are bad for you. They have the parasite
you watched that?
Yeah. No, they told me, but so I was like, you guys don't give your kids noodles no more, please.
No, but they're super. I still eat them.
Yeah, me too. I still eat them, but
it is what it is. If we haven't gotten the damn parasites all those damn years of being in prison, we're gonna survive. We're probably all parasite out already. It doesn't even affect us. So you said you never, not once, got a visit from your daughter.
No,
or your family.
I got at the ending of my term. I ended up getting a visit from my aunt and my uncle. Like they went probably twice.
And how long before you got out did you sober up?
So when I was in the program, I did the Suboxone to kick the heroin effect, the whole drug situation. So I was sober for a little bit until I relapsed again. Yeah.
Okay. But is it hard for you to, was it hard for you to adjust to the free world?
No, it wasn't hard to adjust to the free world. I thought it was going to be a little bit more difficult, but I did it.
How long have you been out?
I've been out 2 years.
Oh, okay. You're okay. You've been out. That's pretty good. Yeah. And you haven't gone back?
No.
Okay, we're not going back. We're going to stay out.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the craziest thing you saw?
Where?
Prison. We're in prison right now, bitch. You're still in 15 years.
Oh, like how the lifers are so miserable.
Well, tell us what...
Girl, one time I had this long-termer. She wasn't even a lifer. She was a long-termer. And I was sleeping in my bed. And she was like... And I was like, yeah? She was like, are you going to be in bed all day? Or like, are you going to go out? Because you have to go out. You can't be in the room. And I looked at her and I was like, excuse me? No, I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to be in my room. I'm not going. And she was like, oh, it's because I like to have my alone time. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But I'm not going.
Have your fucking alone time, bitch. I'm not even here.
Yeah, I'm asleep.
I'm asleep.
So I was like, what the is wrong
Was she like a new girl?
Nah, she had been in prison, I guess, for like a little bit.
Oh, did you walk into her room?
I walked into her room, but still like...
Yeah. It's everybody's room.
Yeah, like I'm not going to tell you, hey, get out.
Yeah, that's not
like,
nice.
If you want to sleep in your... Just don't bother me. But if you want to stay here all day and marinate in your bed, marinate. But just don't bother me. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to tell you, hey, get out.
Yeah, that's not nice.
I was like appalled by that. I was like, excuse me. But yeah, there's lifers that are so miserable. They just like cannot stand to even look at you, or you feel bad for them. Like, damn.
Were you there when the little boy?
Oh, Yeah.
Were you there with the mom?
I was there with the mom, and I didn't fuck. I didn't no baby cases.
Well, obviously.
But, you know, it's just, if you were that and you came to my room, you had to go because you were not gonna stay. But I did not fuck with Parole. Like, it was a kind of like a neighborhood situation because she's related to other people, and so they didn't really want nobody to touch her. But it was just like a thing that had to happen.
Yeah, like, bro, what do you mean? I don't give like this. So nobody really did nothing to the girl. She just was just there.
I think on AR when she got to AR, yeah, because we had already heard like, hey, she's coming. We're like, and then they had, you know, did their thing on AR, and then she came over the wall and everything was like just.
She was just there walking by herself.
Yeah, like living in people's room comfortably and shit.
You're
like
kidding.
Eating, sleeping, showering, having fun, laughing, getting ready, putting makeup. Like, you just killed your son. Like, you just killed your son. Your son doesn't get to eat no more. He doesn't get to play no more. He doesn't get to laugh no more because you took his life and you're over here having fun. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Wow. I thought like she would be like a keep away, huh? Like for her to be a keep away or something.
No, she didn't keep herself away. She just like, I guess.
No, but you get what I'm saying.
How
like,
it was gonna play
like,
out.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I would have thought that okay, this girl is a child murderer. Like, they're not gonna want to put her with the rest of the population, but they did.
Right.
And she was okay, like walking around.
Yeah, she just, I guess, wanted to test the water, see how everything was gonna play out. But I guess at the end it didn't. I was already gone by that time.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least she got beat up when she first got there, huh?
Yeah.
It's the least that she could go through.
Yeah.
What are the other sisters?
Other sisters?
The Maryland sisters. What are they called?
Oh, I didn't get a chance to meet them,
This bitch,
but I wish I would have. Like, I love Helter Skelter. I just love reading about Charles Manson, but I never got to meet the sisters. That was a crazy situation that happened, but like, you know.
Because I have girls that have met them.
Probably because they were in CIW. I didn't get.
Oh yeah, you were in charge. Yeah, they were in CIW. That's crazy.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I know them.
Yes, I did.
Was there any kind of like paranormal activities?
Yeah, there is a lot.
What?
Over there, you know, there's a lot of deaths over there.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I want you to tell me.
There's just spirits roaming around, and it's just you.
Did you ever encounter anything?
Yeah, I felt stuff and I've heard stuff.
Tell me.
In different rooms. Oh my God, let me tell you. My first term going to prison when I was in, because you're like in the 16, 14 cell and it has like a 4-bed in it. And there, girl, you can hear like a baby laughing and like a ball bouncing. Pa, pa, pa. Girl, and I was by myself in the room. I was freaked out because even though I'm used to that paranormal activity, like I'm in a fucking cell by myself. Like I don't want to hear this shit. Yeah, but it was crazy. You hear a lot of crazy shit. You see a lot of crazy shit because there's just spirits everywhere.
Especially in those kind of places where people kill themselves, people, get killed. But I wonder why a baby.
Maybe that was weird.
Maybe that place was like before it was a prison. There was like maybe like a baby died there or something.
I don't know, but it was just weird.
Oh my God, that would be. I am a scary ass when it comes to spirits and things like that. Like I don't want to know. I'm not down. Like I'm just not down, but I'm down, right? Like even at home, bro, right? If it's in the dark room, I'm gonna go up with my eyes closed. Turn the light on, and then I'm gonna look.
No, not with your eyes closed, nigga.
With my eyes closed.
No.
I'm not down. Like, I don't like it. I refuse to feel those little feelings. Like, I don't like it.
I'm not scared, but I do sleep with like a tiny bit of light in my apartment because I have 2 cats. So I need them to be able to see.
Those fools have night vision.
Are you sure? Because I heard they can't. I heard they can't see in the nighttime. That is not good.
Cats have night vision. That was a good one. No, but seriously, now you know.
Okay.
Cats have night vision.
Now I can sleep in the dark because the light really bothers my eyes. Like I have to like literally cover my face.
No, cats have night vision.
Oh, that's so
Hey, we learn new things every day. Wait. So paranormal activities you've gone through.
I don't know. I guess it just to me it was nothing really in prison except just fighting and using weapons and stuff like that to make it a little bit more exciting. But pretty much everything was the same. Like we did like the partying and the weekends on the yard. We went.
Did you guys have talent shows?
My first term we did because the yard was still open. Actually, my second term too, because they ended up shutting the main yard. So like we stopped like interacting with the other yards.
Talent shows are cool. I feel like it brings life to the prison for the girls. We're happy for one day. Like, oh, what are you gonna do? Or like, hey, what are you gonna wear? Us. Like, oh, like, did you guys take pictures too?
Yeah, we did. We took pictures. We took a lot of pictures.
I know, I took a lot of pictures. I fucking took a picture.
Yeah.
I take pictures like every weekend. Like, I have so many prison pictures. Like, so many prison pictures. Like, everybody's like, bro, like, you're like the only one I know.
they're mad, huh?
Hey,
they're mad.
Yeah, I have like 3 photo albums just of me and shit.
So what? They're mad. Like, okay.
Why do you look so happy in prison? Because I was happy. I'm sorry. Obviously I'm going to have my moments, but I was happy to take a picture and send it home, or just for me,
Yeah, for you especially, it's just for yourself.
Yeah, because for me, prison was completely different. Like, I got to know who I was again.
Right.
Like, I allowed myself to get to know me. I didn't want to get high anymore. Like, I needed to be removed from the streets to get to know me again. Not everybody takes their prison experience like that.
How long did you do in prison?
My last 5. But
that's still a long time.
No, it is a long time. And it's like, I was 25 already. But I was in and out since I was like 13, But who cares? It's not even about me. But I'm saying, like, girls, or just in general, you guys, like, I'm talking to you guys, like, if you're going to go to jail or prison, yeah, you go to prison with guys and you got to live a certain lifestyle. But it doesn't become a crazy lifestyle unless you use drugs, bro.
Right.
Everybody could follow the rules. Everybody could do what they need to do. But once you use drugs, it changes everything.
It does. I want to say it enhances it a little bit because I've been sober already for a couple months already, and I'm still like, it hasn't went away.
No, it doesn't ever go away. But you need to be sober for years and years and years and years, and you're still gonna think about it.
That sucks, huh?
It doesn't ever go away. I promise you. I have dreams, and it ruins my whole day. Like, I'm feeling down.
Yeah,
I don't like that, and I've been clean for a long time. It doesn't go away, bro. Like, it doesn't go away. So that's like the first thing we need to start understanding is like, I'm sure you've been to a gang of fucking programs. You've been to like classes. Like,
yeah,
it starts with you. Like, you have to like, let's be real.
Yeah, no, it does start with you because for me right now, that's like my motivation is me wanting to do better for myself and the people that I love.
Because your homies that love you ain't gonna get you high, fool.
Right.
And that's a fact. That's a fact. If they don't, or unless they're getting high, like they love you, but they're addicts themselves.
Right.
Then it's like, fuck, you can't even blame them. But they just want somebody to hang out with, to get high with. You know what I'm saying? Not that they really give a fuck. I'm just, it's just what it is.
Well, misery loves company.
Exactly.
So you know that.
Exactly. Okay, so you're getting to the program. You're 2 years away, and they let you go home to the halfway house. So that what did you call it?
CCTRP. It's like I don't know.
But you come home, you go to that place, and you're halfway in and halfway out. How was that for you?
It was cool because I was like, now I started adapting to the free world. I was like, damn, I'm almost gonna get out. What am I gonna do? All this stuff. And then finally, I get released, and my daughter doesn't want to have nothing to do with me. And I'm like, fuck, I did all this for what?
For you?
No, yeah, but like, but to me it was like, I'm coming home, I'm gonna be a mom, she's gonna like welcome me with open arms. To me that's what I thought. And no, my daughter was like this, and she just ignored me. It was rude. And however I was with my parents, that's how she was with me, probably like 10 times worse. And I was like,
yeah, because us parents, because I feel I went through the same thing. It was really awkward. But us parents, when we leave our kids, we expect them to be like with open arms. But that's not what we're going to get. That's what we want. And God is like, oh no, girl. You thought just because you were gone and you're coming home, life is going to be back to normal?
Yeah.
Definitely not. You're going to have to work for yours. you know? And staying sober is just, that's probably the easiest. But it's the hardest at the same time. You know, it's opening up those relationships that we don't have that could lead us back.
Yeah, well, I self-talk myself a lot, so I'm like,
oh,
you
good.
gotta do this shit. You gotta do this. You gotta
self-talking is the number. Self-talk is the what helps me.
I love talking to myself because.
But tell me about when you were in the halfway when that program, like when you would have to go get a job, you had to go look for jobs.
I did. So like a couple months after you get there, you have to like phase up. So it's like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So once you hit phase 3, you could like you're leveling up so that you could go look for a job, so that you could like start stacking your money, you know, whatever. So I did. Ended up going to get a job, and then I got in trouble. Somebody told on me, then I got caught with a phone, and then so they took all my privileges away, and I was like, now I have to start all over again. But by the time I got back to level 3, I was already gonna leave.
Yeah, okay. And did you leave to your mom's house when you?
I didn't, because my daughter lived with my mom.
Got it.
So I didn't want to make her uncomfortable, and then there was just like no space for me. So my family ended up taking me in.
Nice.
Yeah. My cousin's grandma took me in, which is my aunt, my princess. I love a princess. And she took me in and she gave me a spot in her house for like a couple months. And so I felt like, damn, I gotta leave. I'm not used to really being with nobody. Like, I did it for so many years, having a roommate, having 7 different personalities staying with me, plus all of mine. And I was just like, I can't do it. I have to go. So I ended up going to a shelter. And I did that shelter thing for like about a year. And I ended up getting my housing. So now I'm on my own.
Hey, but it's good. Sometimes, you know, and I'm so proud of you for doing that. I am so,
it's
I don't know you.
It's a sacrifice you have to do for yourself.
That people are not, I am so proud of you for saying that. Because there's so many women that are like in abuse relationships or like, but they're not willing to go through the process to get to the bigger picture. And if you're by yourself and you're willing to do the, like, bro, ain't nothing gonna happen to
some
you.
Some people don't think big, they think in that box. And they don't want to get out of that box.
Okay, what's me going to the fucking shelter? I'm gonna pretend I'm in prison, but now I'm more free. I'm just in the shelter. Like us, you, like women like you and I, we could adjust anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, so going to a shelter, it's like, well, I'm just in prison. I'm just moving around.
Yeah.
That's how our brain works. Do you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm sure it was hard, but you're at work and then you just go there to sleep probably.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Or how was it? Tell me.
That's how I was doing it. Well, I was staying with somebody for a couple months, and so the ending of before I got my housing, and I was like, so I wasn't going to the shelter no more, you know. Mm-hmm. But I took it out for a whole year. And then after that whole year, I ended up getting my housing. Not where I wanted it to be, but
that's neither here nor there.
It was like just down the street from where I'm always at. So, like, it wasn't. And then plus, like, my family's right there. Then,
but it's your spot.
It's mine, and nobody can tell me nothing.
That's right.
And even if they try to, like, I'm not doing this. Whatever I want, however I want to do it.
Like, be grateful that. You know, like, I'm proud, like, doesn't matter what anybody can say. I am proud of myself. It doesn't matter what location, at least the location is not in prison anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and this is my place, and this is my apartment, and this is my stuff, and ain't nobody gonna take that away from you. And it doesn't matter because you're clean, and it's your spot. And when you're like, by the time your baby's ready to, your daughter's ready, maybe she talks to you here and there now, right? Or she doesn't. But if you continue to do that, like, let's just say you fuck her, like, I'm gonna fuck everything. Who's the only one that loses? You, right? Because at the end of the day, their eyes are like, man, we were just waiting for the time.
Girl, I don't even care if I eat noodles every day as long as my rent is paid, my bills are paid, whatever my responsibilities is done. I don't care. At least I have somewhere I could lay my head at,
and
sleep,
it's yours.
Rest, shower, cook.
Because you got your room. It's like an apartment, a regular apartment, right? Yeah, it's your spot. Even if it's a studio, bro, it doesn't matter.
It's a studio.
My mom, my mom has her studio. She makes $35 an hour, and she has a studio in Hollywood, and it's just her. She doesn't need more. And I'm like, Mom, this is where you want to be? This is my place.
Yeah. It's mine.
It's your place. It doesn't matter.
Everybody's welcome. They already know my house is your house.
Hell no. Ain't nobody coming to my house. This is my sanity. I am not going to have... Obviously, you could. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
you know?
But it's mine's. Whatever's mine's is theirs, and they already know. But that I like to be by myself. I like to be by myself.
You're used to it.
I love that feeling.
Yeah.
Nobody's telling me I can't do this, I can't do that. Like, no, I'm gonna do whatever I want.
So what are Naughty's Naughty's goals? Like,
Naughty's goals.
What do you want to do, babe? Like, what do you want to do?
So I want to open my own business. I don't know what yet, but I do. So I'm gonna go. I'm actually starting college, and I want to do business and cosmetology. So between the time of my cosmetology, I'm gonna be going to my business classes as well because I want to elevate. I want to keep going up. I don't want to stay stagnated in one spot. I don't want to just stop. I want to keep going as far as I can.
You can do it all.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do for my AA, and then I'm gonna try to transfer to university after this. I finished my first.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so
just so you know, you don't need
thinking big.
I just want you to know that you don't need any kind of degree to open up a business.
I know, but I'll feel better for myself.
You're gonna do it all.
Yeah.
But if you want to start a business, you could already start your LLC. I'm just telling you, no, I want you to do, who am I to tell you what to do, right? But you could, that's what I'm saying. You could go to school, you could open your business, you could do it all. And the best thing is that you're young and you're focused, because we're not old, bro. I don't care.
Yeah. I don't feel old. Honestly, I don't. I don't feel
you
old.
probably feel the same age as when you got busted.
Yeah, I did.
And that's
Is that weird?
No, it's not. It's normal. Our brains get stuck at the age that we were. I'm not 25 anymore. I've already been out for a while, right? I've been out for a long time. But it doesn't mean that we don't feel young. But right. 40s is not old. We're just not in their 20s kids anymore. You get what I'm saying? We have more life experience.
Yeah.
So Naughty's going to start school.
Yeah, Naughty's working. Started in spring. Yes, I'm working.
You're working. And main priority, we're going to stay clean and sober.
Yeah, sober. Most def.
Because it makes you feel good.
It does. It does make me. So what? I'm chubby. I'm a cute chubby girl. But
so what?
I'm happy.
So drugs don't make you skinny anymore?
Yeah, I'm happy though.
Those days are over. The drugs does not make you skinny anymore. Mm-hmm. And you don't got to work. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Do you? As long as you stay sober, everything will fall in place. And obviously, you already know everything has ups and downs.
Yeah. No
matter what.
Yeah.
But we can't always be up. We got to fall eventually.
Right. Oh, I fell a couple of times, And
then we're going to continue to fall. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter. Like,
that's what makes me, though. Like, I'm never going to give up, no matter what. You could try your hardest, and you could do whatever, but you're not going to. You can't.
Yeah, nobody should. It's hard, but as long as you do it, you do it. Fucking who cares? Well, is there anything that you want to share that you haven't shared?
Anything that no, pretty much I'm proud of my daughter, and I hope one day she does get to forgive me for whatever my mistakes. But I'm growing still, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect.
For sure.
Nobody's perfect. And, so the ones that are not here with me no more, I still carry them in my heart. And I'm going to keep doing it for them and for the people that are still here for me by my side.
Love that.
I'm going to continue to do it. And I do appreciate you and LA Icon for having me here. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you coming.
You do have to have like more girls though, because I feel like girls don't get recognized.
Well, look how hard it is for me to pull from you.
Girls can do what men can do, probably even better.
Yes, but what I mean is girls are not open to talk.
Probably they feel like they're breaking some type of code or something. But it's just like prison.
Like what code, bro? Like what code? Like if you know how to speak, then you know how to speak, and you're gonna do anything. That's what it's all about. You knowing how to speak. It's not about no code. Man, miss me with that shit. We all know what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to say, oh, cool, get out of here with that shit. Ain't nobody too cool, but the cool ones only. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. But if there was anything you would want to say to a teenage girl,
excuse me,
that wants to be all about the life, what would you tell them?
Girl, go to school. Go to school. Worry about you. Focus on you, because you could do whatever you think is not possible. You could do it, because I'm doing it. And you don't have to ever depend on no man, nobody but yourself, because you are what's going to make it. And shout out to everybody that's not around right now doing hard time. I love you guys. See, I carry you guys in my heart. You guys already know. And I love my family that's been there from day one, rolling with me hard. You know, the ones that believed in me, I got you guys there like this.
Love that.
And and the ones that didn't.
That's arriba.
Yeah.
Well, again, Naughty, thank you for sharing.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And
Like, share, and
follow
subscribe,
us
please.
on Instagram.